Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. The Steam Autumn Sale is officially coming to an end today. Or I should say today is the final day. It'll come to an end tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. My coverage of this sale has honestly been atrocious, and that's because I came down with a really bad flu during the start of the sale. Like, it really kicked off when the sale started. So that was super unfortunate timing-wise, but hey, trying to play some catch-up. We got deals under $10, so let's just get right into it. Let's kick things off with Halo the Master Chief Collection, which I think is robbery at this price point. 75% off for $9.99. Look, I know it's on Game Pass. We got a couple of games on this list that I'm sure are on Game Pass, but with this collection, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 4, and Halo Reach, like, all that content for $10, even if you just say F the multiplayer and you play it from a campaign standpoint, all of those campaigns for $10 is insane. I am partial towards Halo Reach, and that is my favorite in the entire franchise. Obviously, Halo 3 is quite good. People love Halo 2. I know Halo 4 is the one that a lot of people do just absolutely loathe, but yeah, you get all that for $10. Crazy good deal. And if you want to jump into the multiplayer, that's an option as well. I know this is a franchise a ton of you guys are super nostalgic with, and when you can get all these games for $10, yeah, again, that's highway robbery. Next up, we got Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, 75% off for $9.99. Really, while it does crack that $10 price threshold, the complete edition, 75% off for $12.49. That's quite a good deal, and that is what I would recommend. So, you know, the base game, if you want to stay under $10 so badly, is $9.99, but I would just say spend the $2.50. The expansions are great, and if anything, I would even look at the Witcher Trilogy, which includes 1, 2, and 3. Now, is it 3 the complete edition? It's not the complete edition? What is this nonsense? Okay, don't get that. Well, why would you get that? You just get the complete edition for $12.49. Yeah, Witcher 3 is awesome. One of the greatest games, in my opinion, that has ever been created. I don't think that's hyperbole. I just think as far as if you were to build a single-player game from the ground up, like Witcher 3 is a masterclass in every area, and I think it's quite a good game. There's a reason why it's got 680,000 reviews and overwhelmingly positive, 96%. That's just absolutely staggering, but yeah, check it out for yourself if you're one of the 4 people that don't own it. Next up, Batman Arkham Collection, 85% off for $9. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, all the DLC. Arkham Knight, all the DLC for that as well. Arkham is a great trilogy of games, and it's really Rocksteady at their best. It's so depressing to see what has become of Rocksteady since the release of Arkham Knight. That Suicide Squad game, I do not have high hopes for that game, but nonetheless, I like to revel in Rocksteady at their prime, and this is exactly that. Arkham Asylum was fantastic. Arkham City was even better, and while Arkham Knight is my least favorite of the 3, I still think it's a high-quality game. $9 for all 3. No-brainer there if you don't have the Arkham games. Next up, we got Slay the Spire, 66% off for $8.49. I bought this game at the tail end of it being available as an early access title, and I remember it was getting, like, a lot of attention, and I was like, alright, let me check this out. I'm into card games. Let's see how, you know, they do a roguelike card game. Initially, I thought the concept just sounded so stupid, but then I played the game and I was like, oh, this is kind of addicting. And then you realize, oh, there's a lot of depth into strategy and building your deck with Slay the Spire. It's a very addicting game, and you can spend a lot of time with it, and now this roguelike deck builder gimmick has just been something so many games have done. But Slay the Spire was truly a great, great game, and if you want something super addicting, you know, you might lose a lot of hours along the way, but Slay the Spire is a damn good time, so definitely check that out. Next up, we got Kingdom Come Deliverance. I would highly recommend the Royal Edition, which is 75% off for $9.99. This is one of those RPGs that I feel like if you like the historical aspects that the game is going for, you're really gonna enjoy. Like, if you like the setting, if you like the medieval aesthetic to the game, you're gonna really enjoy. The story is really compelling. Gameplay might not be for everyone, really kind of leans on some of the realistic aspects. Visuals are great, and yeah, try it out for $9.99. I think a lot of you guys will be pleasantly surprised by it. Next up, we got AI, the Somnium Files, 80% off for $7.99. Man, oh man, do I love these Spike Chunsoft story-driven games. I just think they are fantastic. Obviously, Danganronpa was the one that really hooked me. But AI the Somnium Files is a great one as well. Murder mystery, great main character in Kaname Date. He's just a really, really engaging character. He has a little bit of quirkiness to him. And we do have a sequel to this game, AI the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative. That game's still super expensive, so I would probably say wait to pick that one up. But yeah, Somnium Files is great, and $8 for this is a great pickup. And if you want to get into visual novels, this is a solid one because the visuals themselves are still pretty decent. Whereas if you play something like Danganronpa, I can see why you might be not as down to get into that, but nevertheless, $8 on that is great. Next up, we have DJMAX Respect V. This is $9.99. As some of you guys might know, I've told the story, but when the world went to hell, like, DJMAX was there for me, baby. This was the game that I sunk an absurd amount of time into. I'm not super into music rhythm games, but this is one that is just super, super enjoyable, and you've got a great lineup of songs in there. Now, as you guys might know, the deal with music rhythm games is if you want the entire song library, you gotta spend a pretty penny, and how much is the complete edition of this game? $126. So, like, yeah, yo, maybe you don't want to drop $126, but, you know, I was down bad enough, and, your boy did drop the, I think it was more than $126 when I bought it, but, yeah, I was down bad, and I needed that content, so, you know, for most of you guys, the $9.99 is gonna suffice, but, you know, if you want the entire experience, obviously, it's worthwhile to get the other tracks. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is 67% off for $9.89. Awesome artistic platformer, great visual style, great sound design, and great gameplay as well. Just an aesthetically beautiful game. Is available on Game Pass. Would recommend you to play Blind Forest as well, of course, but Will of the Wisps is great, and you can get the collection for $13 and change. Next up, we got Grand Theft Auto 4, the Complete Edition. $5.99 on this, 80% off. Now, I remember talking about GTA 4 in a previous video, probably a month or two ago, and I talked about how much and how real steadfast I am with this opinion that I think GTA 5 is just a way better game than GTA 4, and I swear some of you guys wanted my head on a platter after that opinion. Look, I wasn't crazy about GTA 4, and I played this game when it came out back in 2008. Somehow I finessed my parents into buying this game. I don't even know how, to be perfectly honest, but, you know, I played it back then, and you would read, like, Game Informer and all these gaming sites, and 10 out of 10s across the board, and I really didn't feel that way about GTA 4. Like, I thought it was a fun open-world game. Then I revisited it when I got my PC, and I enjoyed it, but, you know, I didn't love it like I love GTA 5. Gotta go back and play through it at some point, but what I can tell you is $6 for both GTA 4, Episodes from Liberty City. Like, value standpoint, that's pretty damn good, so thought that was worth a mention. Next up, we got Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, 67% off for $9.89. Another great set of visual novels, very much story-driven. Bear in mind that the original Phoenix Wright, I believe, was released on the Game Boy Advance. A lot of people think it originated on the Nintendo DS. I think it was a DS release over here stateside, but the original release was on GBA in Japan. So, quite the throwback there. But, yeah, you got the entire trilogy. $9.89, good story, objection, all the good memes out of that, so yeah, check that out. Next up, we got Max Payne 3, $6 on this as well, 70% off. Rockstar gets a lot of love for Red Dead. Rockstar gets a lot of love for GTA. They do not get a lot of love for Max Payne 3, excuse me. And I think Max Payne 3 is an awesome game. Yes, it's not this vast open world or anything like that, but in terms of gritty, mature stories, man, Max Payne is up there. It is brutal at times visually. Back in 2012, it looked great. It still looks pretty damn good, and some of the best gunplay that you're going to find in a video game still to this day. I think $6 is a great price for it, so check it out. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition, $9.99 on this. You got Cyber Sleuth and Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, two games. You know, a lot of retread in terms of the content between the two titles, but they're good games, and they're the Digimon games I think most people want. Like, a lot of people checked out Digimon Survive, and I think were off-put by the visual novel aspects of the game. Digimon Story is really what most people want out of a Digimon game, and you'll find that, although I did like Digimon Survive. But nevertheless, next up, A Plague Tale Innocence, 80% off for $7.99, an awesome atmospheric, narrative-driven game. Super dark, it's not a game that you play, you know, to uplift your moods in life. If you come back from a long day at work and you just want to chill out with a relaxing game, A Plague Tale is not that, but what it is an incredibly immersive and an incredibly dark, narrative-driven game, and I would strongly recommend it. Gameplay is, I shouldn't say isn't great, it's just, there's some aspects, especially in the latter portion of the game, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, that, wasn't that great. And, you know, overall, the game is excellent, though, and Requiem is a nice building up point from that. And lastly, we got Borderlands 2 Game of the Year Edition. Should be in the majority of your guys' library. To date myself, I remember getting this game with, I think it was my GeForce GTX 660 Ti. Got this as a free copy. Borderlands 2, obviously the standard game, back in 2012. That's how long I've been around with this, with all this. It's kind of wild that it's been 11 years since that. Man, and how do I even remember that? PhysX was a big deal back then. I think it was with Borderlands 2. And yeah, that's like ray tracing these days, where it's just like absolutely murdering your performance. But it was PhysX back in the day. Borderlands 2 is great. I always talk about it when I talk about Borderlands. I think these games are great solo. I know, like, co-op is a big aspect to it, and a lot of people swear by the co-op aspects of the game, but while they're great cooperatively, I think they're very enjoyable solo as well. Is the Borderlands, the gameplay loop is great. I thought the comedy in Borderlands 2 was really good as well, and I don't really feel that way about Tiny Tina's or Borderlands 3, but that also could be me becoming a jaded, bitter old man. Like, that is entirely possible. So, Borderlands 2 was the game that really clicked with me from a humor standpoint as well. But that'll do it for me. Again, autumn sale wrapping up. My apologies that my coverage of this sale has just been completely bottom of the barrel atrocious. You know, it is what it is. I got pretty darn sick in the midst of the autumn sale, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Really haven't even had the chance to sit down and decide on if I'm going to pick anything up. You know, a lot of these sales I usually try to pick up at least a couple games these days, and I probably will. But yeah, haven't had a chance to do that yet. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.